if you look at the top fighters in the world, they're all delusional. Like, literally, look at like Mike Tyson, Conor McGregor, right? Muhammad Ali. They're all basically delusional. If you told them like you're gonna lose this next fight, they're like, no, I am the greatest fighter in the world at the current, like right now. There is no one better than me. Okay? They are obviously they were the best fighters in their era. Okay, like by a long shot as well. Okay. Now, then I want you to look at the people who are like very realistic. Okay, who surround themselves around people who are, having realistic expectations. They're not as cool, are they? All right. If you want to win your first fight, you need to be delusional like these people. All right. If you want the same outcomes as like a top winner, you need to start acting like them. All right. I'm not telling you to be a dickhead, okay? But I'm telling you to literally believe that you are the best. Okay? Believe that you're the best. What's going to happen is that your actions are going to change. You're not going to, like, when you wake up, you're not immediately just going to do nothing. You're not just going to lay in bed like that. Okay? Because a winner doesn't do that. Conor McGregor didn't do that. He probably got up and started doing like 50 push-ups, then had a really healthy breakfast, then went off to training, and then trained like 5 times in that same day, then went to sleep at a good time. Okay, same with Muhammad Ali, same with Mike Tyson. Okay, all these top fighters, they live with this like mindset, and yes, it's delusional. Yes, like the things didn't happen, and maybe they weren't actually the best fighters, but what actually happened through that was that they became the greatest fighters of their generation. Okay, you want the same thing. If you do this, you are just going to get a slight edge on your opponents. Because, truth be told, your opponents, or you're very special. Basically, there's not a lot of people who watch these kind of videos because you're trying to watch these videos because you want to get the upper edge on your opponent. I'm telling you literally stuff about visualization, mindset. Most people aren't going to watch this. Most people are just going to watch their like sparring footage or like researching fighters, which you can do, you should do, especially if you want to compete. You need to see like basic stuff, like basic styles, and just watching like reviewing your own sparring footage. That's all good. That's like bare minimum, that like things that you should be doing. I'm telling you the stuff on top. All right, this is what sets aside literally like the amateur fighters from the elite fighters when you really think about it. Okay, because amateur fighters, yes, some of them may be deluded, okay, and they're really good. We're like, they might have less than 5 fights or something, okay, but they don't have that fire in them. They're not like they might be delusional, but they're not putting in the work that goes along with it as well. But if you do that, if you're literally delusional, being like, I am literally the best fighter in this country, okay, you're gonna start acting like it. You're gonna start getting up in the morning. You're gonna start doing like 50 push-ups. Then you're gonna have eggs and I don't know, toast. So then, like half an hour later, then you can go for a run. All of that, it all comes from the mind first. Okay, just being humble doesn't get you like those same results as the top fighters. They may act really humble after the fights. You can do that. To be fair, combat sports, it's a very vicious sport. You need to be like violent but also kind at the same time. Okay? But you need to be able to be delusional to move forward. I'm not kidding you, okay? Don't be a dickhead, but be delusional, okay? Don't be humble. Literally just know you're going to win this fight. You are going to, okay? 3 months from now, I'm going to see my hand raised up as they say my name and I hear the audience cheer. And what happened was that for me, if you don't know who I am, my name's Tim, right? But I've won 3-0 Muay Thai fights, and well, I'm just undefeated is what I'm trying to say. And I make videos like this to help people like you win the first fights. Okay, and I'm telling you, this is such a big part of winning fights. Okay, you cannot just ignore the mind. Okay, most fighters, especially like you're probably training in a gym, and then your coach is telling you to do all this kind of stuff. No one's gonna tell you you need to visualize. No one's gonna tell you that. I'm the only one that's going to tell you that. And I'm telling you, literally, you need to put yourself under this form of hypnosis, okay? To not be humble, okay? To literally know, I'm going to kill my opponent. I'm going to feel my knuckle break through his skull. Like, you need to think about these kind of stuff. I'm telling you, it works. For me, if you're anything like me, I was terrified going into a fight, but I needed to go under this like identity shift, because then that's how I was able to win. Okay, a nervous kid is not going to win their fight. A zealous, confident kid is going to win. All right, that's just how it's gonna be. That you need to be confident. That's the only way you're going to win. Okay, like a fighter that I really enjoy watching because I do Muay Thai. His name is like Sayan Chai. Okay, known as literally one of the best fighters at the current time. Okay, he's literally 40, 47, 48, and he's still basically killing people half his age, and that shouldn't be possible. But he walks with this confidence that he knows he's gonna win, and he wins. Like, I don't think I've seen a fight where he's lost. Like, I think the only fight he's lost is like, it might have been rigged, or was it very, very close, okay? But it wasn't even by like knockout or anything, it was just by points, all right? Okay, look, you probably want to win your first fight, probably by knockout. Okay, everyone wants to win by knockout. You are not going to get that if you don't have this like delusional mindset being like, I'm going to win it. I have visualized every single moment leading up to this. I can see myself literally throwing that cross into his chin. I can see myself slipping under his punch. Then I throw like a kick, okay? You can literally visualize all these stuff, okay? No one's gonna tell you to do this. I am, okay? I'm the only one that's gonna tell you this on the internet, all right? Everyone can tell you to practice drills and do your strength training, do your runs. All of that is important. You need all that. But I'm telling you, this stuff, that's gonna take you to the top, okay? Try this out. I'm telling you, try this out. This is the only way you're going to win. What I'm trying to say is, if you want to win, do all that stuff and this. If you do this, you will win. You just will, okay? And even if you don't, it's gonna be very, very close. Okay, I'm telling you, you need to start acting like a winner to be able to win. You can't just be humble. You can, okay? You literally need to be delusional. I'm not even kidding. You literally need to do, like Spider-Man said, you need to do your own thing. It doesn't matter, okay? Don't just be realistic. Because last time I checked, people who were always like, who lived by realistic expectations are also depressing. They're like miserable. Whereas the people who live by unrealistic expectations, they somehow become like millionaires. They somehow become very successful, right? And if you look at the fighters, okay, they are literally off killing people, okay? So, which one do you want to be? Do you want to be realistic? Or do you want to be the top? Delusional, alright? You basically want to be delusional if you want to win, okay? And you don't have to be a dickhead about it either, okay? I'm telling you this because I was a nervous kid and I underwent this like transformation. And if you want to undergo that same transformation, you can watch more videos like this if you like. I'll see you later. Bye bye.